Pat Boone, born Charles Eugene Boone on June 1st, 1934 in Jacksonville, Florida, was raised in Nashville, Tennessee, a city that played a pivotal role in the development of American music. Surrounded by the Southern charm and rich musical culture, Boone's early life was steeped in melody and rhythm. Known for his wholesome charm and warm demeanor, Boone's innate musicality became apparent at a young age. His soft, melodic voice and uplifting presence allowed him to easily connect with audiences. As the music world underwent rapid transformation during the 1950s, Boone was one of the rare artists who bridged the gap between the rebellious rock and roll era and the family-friendly values that were in high demand. His early breakthrough came through talent competitions and television appearances, which helped launch him into stardom. The rise of Pat Boone. During the late 1950s, Pat Boone became a household name with his chart-topping hits like Ain't That a Shame, Love Letters in the Sand, April Love, and Moody River. His music, filled with romantic nostalgia and heartfelt innocence, captured the spirit of an era, transitioning from the big band sounds to the rise of rock and roll. Boone's style resonated deeply with both younger listeners and older generations, making him a favorite among families. His wholesome, boy-next-door persona made him especially popular with parents, who appreciated his clean-cut image and sincere music. At one point, Boone's popularity rivaled that of Elvis Presley, and for a time, he was considered Presley's biggest chart competitor. Boone's crossover appeal across generations was rare and is a key part of his lasting legacy in the music world. Hollywood career and expanding his reach. Pat Boone's talents extended beyond music, and he quickly became a recognized figure in Hollywood. In addition to his music career, Boone starred in over a dozen films, including Bernadine, April Love, State Fair, and Journey to the Center of the Earth. His film roles often mirrored his musical persona, offering audiences a warm, optimistic presence in family-friendly stories. Boone's natural charisma and ability to act made him an ideal fit for the Hollywood mold of the time. In many ways, Boone helped define the wholesome, feel-good aesthetic of 1950s and early 1960s cinema. While his musical talent was undeniable, his strength on screen further solidified his place in entertainment, and he became known not just for his voice, but for his sincere acting skills as well. Faith, family, and personal values. What truly set Pat Boone apart from many of his peers was his commitment to faith, family, and personal values. Unlike many celebrities who were swept up in the temptations of fame, Boone carefully crafted his career around his Christian principles. He was outspoken about his faith, often taking roles in movies that reflected his strong moral compass and beliefs. Boone's dedication to family and integrity earned him the admiration of his fans and colleagues. As one of the few entertainers to maintain a high standard of personal conduct throughout his career, he became a symbol of decency and a beacon of hope for many. Boone's enduring legacy is not just in his music or films, but also in the example he set for future generations, proving that success could be achieved while remaining true to one's values. Pat Boone's longevity and reinvention. Throughout the decades, Pat Boone continued to adapt and evolve with the changing entertainment landscape. He never allowed his career to stagnate, embracing new projects, collaborating with various musicians, and even experimenting with contemporary genres. Boone's willingness to reinvent himself while staying true to his values helped him remain relevant in a constantly shifting industry. His success wasn't just about charting hits, it was about maintaining his authenticity and sense of humor. Whether performing for new generations or exploring new musical avenues, Boone's flexibility and commitment to his craft ensured that he remained a beloved figure in the entertainment industry well into his later years. Faith-based films and a new focus. Pat Boone's final film of substantial cultural impact came in 1970 with The Cross and the Switchblade, based on the true story of a minister working with gang members. Boone's portrayal of the compassionate, morally driven character was a perfect fit for his personal convictions and public image. The film, which resonated deeply with religious audiences, represented a natural culmination of Boone's work in entertainment, staying true to his beliefs while reaching a new, more engaged audience. The movie became one of his most enduring works, further solidifying Boone's legacy as an artist whose faith and values were at the core of his career. By the time he appeared in this film, Boone had become known as much for his devotion to his faith as he was for his musical and cinematic achievements. Pat Boone's personal life and family. In 1953, while Pat Boone was climbing to the peak of his fame, he married Shirley Lee Foley, the daughter of country music legends Red Foley and Judy Martin. Their marriage symbolized the merging of two musical legacies and deep faith traditions. Together, Pat and Shirley became one of the most admired couples in entertainment, admired not just for their celebrity status, but for the warmth and sincerity they radiated as a family. The couple had 4 daughters, Cheryl, Linda, Deborah, and Laura, who inherited their parents' creativity and charm. Boone's family life was a stark contrast to the often chaotic lives of other Hollywood stars, as the Boone family emphasized humility, faith, and compassion. Their home, filled with music, love, and laughter, became a model of stability and deep-rooted values in an industry known for its fleeting relationships. Shirley Boone's legacy. Shirley Boone, while often overshadowed by her husband's fame, was a gifted recording artist and television personality in her own right. However, her greatest contribution was in the area of humanitarian work. Shirley founded a small Christian hunger relief ministry that eventually grew into Mercy Corps, a global relief and development organization. Mercy Corps now provides life-saving aid and long-term support to millions of people around the world. Shirley's work with Mercy Corps stands as a powerful testament to her compassion and determination to make a difference in the lives of those in need. Her legacy continues to inspire those who believe in using their talents and resources to serve others, and she is remembered for the quiet strength and generosity that defined her life. Reflecting on Roy Orbison's legacy, at the age of 91, Pat Boone reflects on the legacy of Roy Orbison, a friend and musical legend whose voice captivated the world. Boone recalls that he had always admired Orbison for his haunting ballads, which resonated deeply with listeners. Despite their different musical styles, Boone with his clean-cut, upbeat sound, and Orbison with his darker, more emotional ballads, the two shared a deep respect for each other. Boone noted that Orbison was never interested in competing in the traditional sense. Rather, he was focused on creating music that would last. Boone's reflections reveal a deep admiration for Orbison's artistry and the humility that characterized his character. He recalls Orbison's quiet, introspective nature and the insecurities that often lay beneath the surface of the man who is considered one of the greatest voices in rock and roll history. The friendship between Pat Boone and Roy Orbison. Pat Boone shared a rare glimpse into his relationship with Roy Orbison, emphasizing the respect and camaraderie between the two artists. Despite rumors suggesting rivalry, Boone was clear that their bond was rooted in mutual admiration. Boone recalled moments backstage when Orbison would sit silently with his guitar, lost in thought, crafting songs that would go on to be timeless classics. Boone also revealed that Orbison had expressed concerns about his legacy, once saying, "I don't know if the world will remember me in 20 years." Boone was struck by Orbison's humility, noting that someone with such a powerful voice could still harbor such insecurities. For Boone, this vulnerability only added to the brilliance of Orbison's artistry. Their friendship, marked by respect and shared experiences, was one of the defining relationships of Boone's life. Pat Boone honors Roy Orbison's legacy. As he reflects on Roy Orbison's legacy, Pat Boone feels a renewed sense of responsibility to tell the truth about their friendship. Boone acknowledged that at his age, preserving the truth about the artists who shaped his generation has become more important than ever. He described Orbison as more than just a voice. He was a soul who poured himself into every song. Boone's reflections on their friendship and Orbison's artistry stand as a powerful tribute to a man whose music continues to touch generations of listeners. At 91, Boone's decision to finally speak openly about Orbison is not just about setting the record straight, but about honoring the humanity behind the music. Boone's words remind us that even legends like Roy Orbison were human, and their legacy is made all the more meaningful by the people they touched along the way.